Lee, thanks for joining us. Graham's gone to calm himself down, I think. Has he got every right to be a bit wound up after that?
I think, yeah, absolutely. I think every supporter is probably in a similar mood as to the manager. I think one of the sayings that he uses very, very often is that if you can't be good on the ball, you've got to be good off the ball. I think we've got 6 points on the board this season. I don't think there's been an outstanding performance amongst any of the games that we've played, but we've got 6 points on the board. Today, we weren't good on the ball, and we weren't good off the ball. Saturday we won a game of football because we were good off the ball and we were throwing bodies and defending with our lives and everything. Today we were short on that, and I think that's the biggest disappointment for not just the manager, but I'm sure the supporters, ourselves as coaches, and the players.
And goals at bad times, right on half time, and then 4 minutes after, I guess, when the talk was let's keep it tight and get ourselves back into it.
No, exactly. We knew the performance in the first half had not been good, but we needed to get in at 0-0, try and change things, try and lift things, tweak little bits and pieces. But to lose a goal like that just shows, I don't know if it's a lack of experience or a lack of knowledge of the game state at that specific moment. But for me, it was a lack of self-responsibility throughout the game. I think a lot of players were standing waiting on their teammates to do things rather than grabbing it by the horns and taking care of business themselves. Whether a ball's bouncing in their 18-yard box or whether it's meant to be held up or taking a chance at the front end of the park. It's just self-responsibility, I think, that players need to look at, and that's the reason they will be in tomorrow morning, even though we'll get back home, I don't know, midnight, 1 o'clock, like the fans will.
7 players missing through injuries. Is that a mitigation?
Oh, definitely. At the moment, yeah, we're down to our bare bones, and these players would help us 100%, but it's not an excuse for a performance like that. Any player you put on the park should be wearing that badge with pride and going out there and putting their body on the line to take the self-responsibility that I've talked about before. And sometimes it just takes one of the players to give their teammates a kick up the backside, to drag them through it and create a reaction. We didn't have that today.
Longest trip the club's ever undertaken. It's been a long weekend, it's not finished yet. 196 Boston fans backed you today. Inevitably after a defeat, everyone will say, oh, we deserve more because we've travelled so far, but that's a phenomenal effort, and they probably did deserve more.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding. On a horrible day it was to start. The sun's just come out at the end of the game, typically, but the supporters were phenomenal again. And I suppose the only message you can give to the supporters is reminding them how important they were last year off the back of some disappointing results and a really tough time. I think their support through the bad times last year really dragged us over the line, and I think if they can stick with that same mentality, hopefully we can repay them as we did last year. But up to now, they've got every right to be questioning whether it be players or coaching staff.
And straight back to it, Hartlepool Wednesday, unbeaten I believe, miserly, don't give many goals away so far, but the next opportunity I guess to get a result.
Last year again we went through some really sticky times, beginning of the season and second half of the season, but for whatever reason we were able to produce some random results against really fancy teams in the league. Double over York comes to mind, draw against Oldham, who's now playing in League Two. So, as bizarre as it sounds, after a performance like that, there's no reason we can't go up there and cause some sort of upset. But the mentality has to be right. We have to deal with this, or we have to sort out the problems from today, and go up there and be positive. If we let the negativity from today and the disappointing performance today drag into Wednesday, then yeah, it's going to be a heck of a long day.